Hey everybody, it's Nikki here at Black Dog Vintage and Antiques, and I have been challenged by Colleen from Fish Chick Finds to let you guys know 5 things about me that you might not know. So stay tuned and hear what's up. Okay, so let's start with a really easy one. Okay, a super easy one. These nails, these are mine, my real nails. I do them myself. No fakies, just real. So there's the first thing. My nails are real. They're mine. No acrylics allowed. Okay, and number 2 on the list is, before this, I was an author. I have written 5 books. I'm not saying they're good books. I'm just saying I have written 5 books. I'm an independently published author on Amazon. And yeah, that was a lot of fun and a lot of work and a lot of time away from the family. It almost took up as much time as reselling does. It wasn't that I wanted to stop writing. I didn't want to stop writing. I still want to keep writing, but this is a little bit more fun right now and a little bit easier to do. So I'm not going to tell you the names of the books. Let's just say they're out there. Okay, number 3 on the list is I'm actually only a 3rd generation American. My great-grandparents immigrated in the beginning of the 19th century. At 16 years old, my great-grandfather came over from Italy. So my relatives are from Italy. My great-grandfather's from Italy. My great-grandmother is from Glasgow, Scotland. And my other 2 great-grandparents are from Canada and were the first of their family to be born here in America. So my grandmother was a 1st-generation American. My grandfather was a 1st-generation American. My dad, 2nd-generation American, and me, 3rd. And it is really cool to do all the ancestry research and stuff like that. I have delved deep and gone down rabbit holes and been lost for days. So I do enjoy that. But yeah, 3rd-generation American, which is a little unheard of nowadays for somebody my age to be a 3rd-generation American. So yeah. Okay, 4th on the list of things you might not know about me. Back when I was younger, I was actually quite a competitive softball player. I know this sounds weird coming from a girl who's from New Hampshire, but we played competitively for quite a few years, or I did, I should say. My team went to the Little League World Series when I was 15. When I was 16, I was part of an AAU team that went to the Nationals. We finished 27th in the country, which for, like I said before, a little podunk town from New Hampshire is kind of a big deal, especially when you're competing against people from Texas and California and places where it's warm, Arizona, Florida, where they get to play year-round. We didn't get to play year-round. I did play with and against future Olympians, people who are Olympians. As a matter of fact, one of my very good friends from growing up is an Olympian for ice hockey. The first group of girls who played in the Olympics, I knew a handful of those ladies and had played against them. And it was a really big part of my growing up, is playing softball. I did go to college to play softball. I was recruited by some Division I teams, but turned them down because by that point in time, I was pretty kind of over softball. I wanted to do other things that I didn't get to do in high school. So I took the opportunity to do that kind of stuff. Ended up by going to a Division III school, ended up by going to school here in New York, in New Paltz, and had a really good time until at 20, I was a broken down warhorse and everything hurt. I really should have listened to my grandfather. He used to tell me, you're going to regret it when you're older. Grandpa, I do. I regret it. It's a little bit hard to play, without really good trainers. And, back then they don't have all the stuff they have now. So yeah, competitive softball player. And the fifth thing you might not, but you might know about me, is that I've lived in 2 places. I'm a bit of a gypsy. I've been a bit of a gypsy with itchy feet, but I've lived in 2 places named Salem. But for a while, I lived in Salem, Massachusetts, and I did work in the country's oldest witch shop. And I did know Laurie Cabot, who John always called the pagan pope. She didn't like that. And I worked for a lady named Lorelei, who is Salem's love witch. So if you're ever there, stop by and say hello to Lorelei. She's actually a trip and a half with the most intense Boston accent you will ever hear in your life. But in truth, she taught me a lot. She taught me how to embrace being a girl, and it's okay to be a girl, because I was brought up quite a tomboy. And that it was okay to be sparkly and to love glitter and all that other stuff. And how to be a smart, savvy business person. And, you know, even though I don't always stick up for myself, but that's okay. That's okay. And it's about having fun and all that other stuff too at your job. But she taught me a lot. And everybody who worked for her always came out different. So that was definitely an experience. The community in Salem, the witch community in Salem, is definitely something that's out there. I have stories that are funny and stories that are frightening. So maybe this Halloween I'll clue you guys into some of the stuff that I've seen and heard living and working in Salem. And I did get to go to the Witches Ball one year, which was, oh my Lord, the best party I think John and I have ever been to. It was so much fun. It was raucous, and it was ridiculous, and it was awesome. It really, really was. It was awesome. It was a great time. So those are the 5 things you didn't maybe know about me. So now I'm going to turn it over and challenge Claudia at Claudia K Vintage. You're up next, girl. Tell us 5 things we don't know about you. And thank you for hanging out and listening to, you know, my nonsense. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you do. I don't know. Until next time, stay swanky and stay classy.